Oh my god, I've just realised I had the microphone. I just realised I had the microphone off. I'm sorry, guys. Oh my god, what a start to the stream. I was just basically giving a narration or commentary over the game whilst I was doing a little run through just to show the completed game. That's really annoying. I do apologise for the microphone being muted. So yeah, I just thought I'd give a quick run through before we jump into building the main menu and the pause menu. So the final bit is you confront... Oh shit. Completely ran into that. And then when you've beaten the priest, you can either let him live or kill him. And if you go back to the mayor and you've let him live, the mayor will be a bit pissed off with you, essentially. And there we go, quest complete, guys. That is the end of the game. So yeah, it's pretty, I'm really happy with this project. I didn't realise how many words I have to write for this. I've got like 1,500 and then 1,200 words, I think. But it's all good. So what we're going to do now is we're going to implement a player death feature. We're going to do the player death, and this is basically, in the event that the player dies, we're going to respawn them at the start of the game. I do think it would be cool to have, like, I don't know, like a lot of games have different things. They have respawn points where you pass by them, they become a kind of checkpoint. Thinking of Titan Quest in particular with the fountains, the wells I think they're called. When you've passed one of those, you respawn at them. Other games have graveyards, such as World of Warcraft. And then there's just lots of different ways to do this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just have the respawn point as where the player is at the moment. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to do a game object and call it respawn point. Actually, no, hold on. I'm going to delete that. We know the coordinates, which are 29070185.7. So we're going to go into the player section here, I'm actually just going to give this a comment box. Okay. So what we're going to do, we're going to make an object variable under the player, and we're going to call this respawn point, and this is going to be a vector3, and what we'll do is we'll just copy this. So we've got the x is that, and the z is that. So 29070 18517, and that's where we're going to respawn. So I do have my other project open here, and I should have a sequence here for player respawn. Respawn. Where is it? Where the hell was the respawn? Why can't I find the respawn? What the hell? Oh, here we go. Jesus, it was on this different graph. Okay. Alright, so we enable input, we set the position, we give back the life. And update the health bar. Fairly straightforward. Pretty sure Okay. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to add a trigger. So at the moment, if you go into the death state, there is no other way. There is no other way to get out of the death state. So we're going to have a trigger respawn. And essentially, the respawn will put you back to the idle state. So we're going to make a transition to idle. And we're going to say no exit time. And it's the respawn trigger. Alright. So under the player graph, player death. And we're just going to check the sword. Welcome to the stream, guys. Okay, so I'm going to have a custom event, and what I'll do is I'll do it just below here, and we're going to call this respawn. And we're going to say the custom event is going to be it's going to be a check. So we're going to say, is the player in the death state? Because the death animation is it's basically 4 seconds. So we know that we want the player to fall on the floor. So if it's a 4-second animation, I think we should have 6 seconds after that point before they respawn. So if we had a timer, for 10 seconds, and what will happen is we would so when we respawn, we're going from death state to idle. Now I think if I wasn't to state the change in that, we'd respawn unable to move. We'll test this. So we're going to say when the timer's complete, we're going to activate input. We will set the trigger. And the trigger is respawn. And what that will do is that will put us into the idle state. And so respawn is only going to follow through if we're in death. If the player is in death, 10 seconds, do all that. If we're not in death, nothing's going to happen. So we would set our global health at 1. And then whenever we do that, we need to update the health bar. So equals set that, get that. Set the global health, and then off of that it goes into that one there. Update health bar. So we need to set the position of the player as well. Go into our object variable, get the respawn point. Plug that in there, that in there. Okay, so player respawn. We're going to check, is the player in the death state? If they are, after 10 seconds, re-enable input, set the trigger for respawn. That will get them out of the death state into the idle animation. We set the position. We should set the rotation to 0, 0, 0 as well, actually. So if I do a set rotation, set the rotation of this. Okay. We'll just do that. Actually, you know what? I'm not going to plug that in. Let's just move this. Right, we're not going to set the rotation just yet. And we're just going to see how this handles. So when they're dead, 10-second timer, 4 seconds of their timer is the death animation, and then move them back to the idle state, set the position, restore health. We won't set the rotation, I want to see what happens, and also we may need to set the speed back, because here the event of player death, we're locking them. But if they're not dead, nothing happens. So let's see if how that functions. So we're just going to run to the skellies and die. It'll be interesting to see if I was to face that direction, for example. See if we respawn facing that way. Not respawning me, are you? Interesting. Well, there's no errors with the code. If the player is in the death state, which is there, interesting. Interesting. Okay, in that instance, I think what's happening there is, welcome to the stream guys, I think what's happening there is we have two states happening here. When the player's health is 0, this is constantly happening, we're setting the ball. And we're saying, if the player is dead, they're frozen, deactivate input. So it's almost like they're conflicting with one another. So I'm going to remove that from there. And I'm basically just going to plug that into the end. So following on from the code of the player death, we'll see. I mean, technically that's going to be adding a massive wait, but we'll see. We'll see if that works. So we're going to sprint up to the graveyard, get killed by the skeletons, see what happens. Now, I think what's going to happen is because that's happening on every frame, it's potentially adding 10-second timers all the time. So, let me check my other project. Okay, we're going to try something else here. We're going on from the deactivate. I'll see if that works. We're just going to go and die again. Now, like I say, I have a suspicion that because this is an on update, see if we get respawned. Yeah, I'm pretty sure because it's in the on update, every single frame it's adding 10 seconds. So we need it to happen once. Actually, I know where to do this. Let's do it as an animation event. If we get rid of the respawn from there, because the player is already in that state. So if I did this as a Unity event, we can plug this now we're going to want to respawn the parent. The parent is the PC game object. You'll notice we need to respawn the parent, so it's the parent's position. So if we did this as a Unity event, instead of doing this on update, because the death animation isn't a loop, so what we can do is we can plug this in at the very last frame of the death and maybe give a 5-second timer. So on the last frame we're going to be checking, are they in a death state? If they are, I mean, to be fair, we don't even have to have this bit of code because we know they're in there. So we know they're in that state. Now, I've not set the rotation. I've got these nodes here. I'm pretty certain that when we respawn, we're going to be facing the position that we died in. If that is the case, we'll set the rotation. So yeah, we'll do respawn rotation. So what we need to do is we need to copy that Unity event, go into the animator, animation, sorry, player death, go to the last frame, add a animation event, trigger Unity event, respawn. So that basically lets the animation play out, and then after that we're saying, okay, initiate a 5-second timer. After this time we are going to reactivate input, set the trigger which will default us to idle, and set our position to game start and give back our health. Yeah. And there isn't anything in there about resetting the cleave or the other thing, the cleave and heal. So what we could do is, if they're not reset, so let's just test this. So we're going to go die, and we're going to check that we get respawned. After that, we're basically going to do a heal and check if the cooldown is indeed as it is when we died, and then we'll see if we can get that sorted as well. Okay, so it didn't spawn. It didn't. That's interesting. So it respawns us. Set the position of the parent. Has all the parents got on it? The parent has nothing, so it is that. I'm being a numpty. Right, let's test that again. Now this should work. So just gonna round up some skellies. Right, why did you not respawn us to the respawn point? Okay, I'll tell you what we'll do. Okay. What we're gonna do, we're gonna shift this along. We're gonna set the respawn point. So at the game's start, we're gonna get the position of the player and we're gonna set that as the respawn point. It'll be interesting to see what those values are. So on game start, set the respawn point to the point of the position. So it is correct. It is that position. Why is it respawning me there? Why is it respawning me there? Ah, maybe it's that. Get position set right. So we need to get the position right. So even though that variable seen so we need to get the position, so we can't just plug that straight in. Okay. Interesting. I wonder why that... Very interesting. Let's see, that should work now. Interesting. This should work now. Cannot convert from Unity Vector 3 to Unity Engine Transform. The ring spawn point is a vector 3. Vector 3. Why is that not working? Okay, so on that basis, that worked. That's interesting. Why is it not moving us back to that point? Why is it spawning us there, dude? What the hell? Is there something else in here set in position? Let's go through the code. Maybe there's something in here. This is very strange. I have a funny feeling it might be the C# code. I have a feeling it might be something in there, because nowhere in my code does it say set the position. This is the only point I'm doing that. I have a funny suspicion it is that. Third person controller. Let's have a quick look. I'm certain it's going to be that. I'm just going to go quiet while I read through this and try and look for something that says set position. I have a sneaking suspicion it's going to be the third person script. I don't know why, but I just feel like that's... I just have a feeling that somewhere in that script it's going to be set in position. So that would override what I'm trying to do. I'm certain of it. So we're going to have to try and disable that script temporarily during the respawn. I don't know if that's going to muck anything up. So, player character. Third person controller. Right, let's see. Alright, so I'm just gonna see what happens if I do that. So when we die, we're just gonna see what that does. Hey Long Arm, welcome to the stream, dude. Having a tiny bit of a struggle with the player death respawn. I'm pretty certain my code is functioning as it should, but I have a suspicion that one of these C# scripts is overriding what I'm trying to do. So I'm just trying to figure out where the problem is and fix it. Right, so we've disabled it. It worked. It's the third person controller. Right, but we're stuck in a loop there. Okay, so it's the third person controller. So that is the thing. There's something in that script where it's set in position. So what I've done there is that works. I've resolved the issue there. So now I'm going to copy that. I'm just going to put it there. And after we set the trigger respawn, so that script needs to go into there. And if I just connect that after there, we're gonna see if that works. It's really annoying because I'm not a programmer. I can do visual scripting. I think I do a damn good job of it, but with C# I'm not a hardline coder, so I can't just dive into the C# script and start playing around with things. So we're gonna see if this solves the job. Welcome to the stream, guys. So I'm just gonna get destroyed by the skellies. And what we're hoping for is we get respawned. I can't move at the moment. Player input's disabled. After 5 seconds after the death animation we get respawned. No. Okay. Right, so it's almost... Right, okay. So because we're re-enabling that directly after the respawn timer... So respawn, set the position, set that enabled. Okay, I'll tell you what we'll do then. What we will do is we'll do a sequence, okay? So if I just extend this, bring this down, and we're gonna say, alright, you're gonna mess me around, let's do a sequence. Two steps. First step is update the health bar. Second step will be we'll do a 1 second timer. And we're gonna say when that's completed, turn that back on. So that gives us time for the respawn. Oh, I know why it's in the death loop. I know why it's in the death loop. I think it's is dead. We need to turn that ball off. Pardon me. So all I need to do is do that because in the animator, with all of these, if it is dead is true, it just completely goes up there. So we're gonna need to just set that ball false. But we'll just test that this works. So in the event we die, we do that. So when we respawn, I'm pretty certain we're going to be in this death loop. But this 1 second timer should allow us to respawn where we need to respawn. That third person controller is messing with there's something in there that's setting the position and it screws with my code. So let's check this works. So what I'm expecting to happen is when we die, we are going to respawn. Yeah, I knew it. I told you, didn't I? We're in the death state, the death loop. So we're going to set that play character. So we're going to set that as false. That should fix it. And then what I need to test is if I was to die again. So this next test is we're going to run up, we're going to die, and we're going to expect to be given back control to the player But then after I respawn, I need to go back, die, and make sure that when I die the second time, I get frozen on the spot. Okay, so what's happening there? Did you notice that when I respawned, it's like the triggers from before were still following through on death. So we were getting the hit trigger and the death trigger. So we need to have a block in there to say if player's dead, don't do any triggers. So this is my respawn after dying. So what I'm expecting to happen is if I die, I'm not going to be able, I'm hoping I shouldn't move. No. I'm pressing all the buttons. I can't move. That's perfect. That's good. Okay, so you see what's happening there? The trigger. See? Those were the two triggers that followed through after death. This is the second time we've respawned. I'm just going to test it again. We're going to die. We shouldn't be able to move. That's one problem sorted. What I'm also going to have to do is reset the cooldowns on death. So if I was to do a heal now, we can see that the cooldown is recharging. I know it's a 30-second recharge. So when we die, that is going to be still in a recharge state. Okay. I forgot to try and move around on that second time I died. Let me just make a quick note of the jobs I need to do. So, on death, stop triggers from happening, reset cooldowns, test cooldowns after death. There we go, get 3 of them. Excellent. I can't move. That's perfect. So we need to now... Okay, we also need to set the rotation when we respawn. Set the quaternion of this. So if I was to drop that one there, what that should do Subterranean. Okay, so this is going to be just making sure that we're facing the direction we are when we first start the game in the event we die. Let's check this works. So I need to die facing the direction of... so we're obviously facing towards the graveyard when we start the game. So if I make sure my character is facing the opposite direction, when we respawn, we should be in the position that we were when we start the game. So if I just move my character that way. Oh, I know why it's doing that. The rotation needs to be... Why is the rotation... Why is that 181? Why is that not 180? So the Y needs to be 180. That should sort it. So we know that the respawn is working nicely. We just need to make sure that any more death triggers don't happen if the player's dead. So if I just face that direction, at the moment we're 3-3-2 rotation, we're expecting our character to be facing the correct direction. So if I just... Perfect. Oh! Interesting. Oh, I think that's because it's the camera angle as well. Okay, well that gets us facing the correct direction. So that's good. So let's expand. Shimmy, shimmy, shimmy. Put that there. Right, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to query this with AI. I'm just going to see if there's a node or something that can kind of stop the those triggers from happening. So if we go to player death, player death, what we want to do is go onto the hitbox of the Skelly. So what's happening is if we get killed and we respawn, we're getting the death hit again at least once, and then one of the hit. So you see here, this is the code for the player receiving damage from the skeleton, and we're checking to see if the player is in the hit state. Then we trigger the hit. If I put a block in there, I just need to check as well on the projectiles. There we go. So, so if I added in an extra bit here to say if the player is in the state hit, if that's false, then we say that they're hit. But if I put a prohibitor in there to check if they're in the death state, if we had another if branch, because for the only the instances in here that are triggering the hit, what we're doing here is we're going to prohibit on respawn these triggers following on after we're dead. And then we need to do the same for the death trigger, because on the player character, to go to death, you have one second, player dead, set trigger, that just sets the ball. If player's life is that, okay, it's not a problem. Let's put in the restrictor, so we know at the moment that it's only the cultist orb, the priest orb, and the skeleton's blade where it's prohibiting this. So I'm going to put in a quick solution and just see if this works. So we're going to copy this bit and we're just going to paste this, and we're going to check if the player is in death state. go back to the skeleton hitbox. So what we're doing here is we're checking so we're saying, is the player in the death state? If they are in the death state, the trigger shouldn't happen. So if I just plug that into there and off of the false do that. So this little prohibitor is saying if they're in the death state, don't do the trigger. So I'm going to copy that. We're currently in the skeleton sword. So now if I go to these ones and just do the same thing here and plug that into there and the false into there, and then go into the priest orb, do the same here, off of the false into that, off of the false into that. Now we know at the moment that if we were to die, we know we're getting the death trigger animation and we're getting one hit. So this test is that the fix I've just implemented on respawn, we're probably only going to see that is dead animation happen once, because that fix there should stop that trigger from happening. Fingers crossed, guys. Welcome to the stream. Right, we're expecting no hit thing. Oh, you motherfucker. Okay, so that didn't work. That's a bit annoying, isn't it? I would have thought that would work. What are we in at the minute? That's cultist's orb. I'm surprised that didn't work. I mean, the respawn is pretty much there. Let's sort out the cooldown. If we plug in the cooldowns to also be reset, so if we're in so if our health is 0, we set the ball. That needs to happen before. That is why we're getting that death animation the second time, guys. That's in the wrong place. That needs to go up here. Pretty sure this is why, because what's happening is yeah, this is going to be the problem. So if I plug that in there and do that, that is why we're getting the death animations. So if I just shimmy this up, set the ball as false. When we respawn, that's no longer happening. I mean, to be fair, that could actually go before as the very first thing. I'd rather have it right at the beginning. So unplug that and that, move that along. Plug that into there, shimmy that down. Plug completed onto that, Get the code, shift it down. So that should stop, that should hopefully stop that death animation from happening on respawn. So on respawn, turn that ball off, activate input, respawn the player, which is the trigger to get us out of the death animation back to idle. Set position, rotation, give back the health, and then re-enable the third person controller, because that's the bugger that was messing with the position. So hopefully that's gonna be the fix. Need a sip of my coffee. So what we're now expecting to happen on respawn, like at the moment I'm facing that direction, what we're expecting to happen is we're not going to have that second death animation take place. We might get that hit trigger happen. Okay, so that, do you notice there, it's remembered the camera, the rotation my mouse was at with the direction it was facing. So that resolved the issue of us respawning with that death happening again. So that's one part of it fixed. We just need a fix for the triggers following through in the event the player dies. Oh, come on, guys. So if I move my mouse down, the camera is going to face us forward, but then we're going to be, it's going to, right, I can't move. Okay, so we are not getting the death animation. That's really, really good. That's one partial fix. Okay, so the other thing was the camera position. It was camera input look. I want to check these on the inspector. Inspector. Okay, can you see that, guys? Can you see those values adjusting the camera input values? Character input values, sorry. Thank you for the spam view stationery, appreciate it. So what we want to do, there's nothing in the character controller. What I'm trying to do here is find, because what's happening on death, whatever position we died, like if I died with my camera facing that way, on respawn will be positioned correctly, but then it will then move to like the last position my mouse was at. So it's almost like on spawn we need to set that position to whatever the values were. It's not the basic body script, and it's not that. Player follow camera. Okay, can you see that? Where I'm moving, if I look down, if I look up, okay, I'm pretty sure, based on that, I have a feeling we need to set the position of the player follow camera. Right. Stop triggers from happening on death. Just hit trigger. So essentially we do have the respawn sorted. What I'm now going to quickly do is try and fix the camera so that it's gonna have the correct position as game default spawn. That just hit trigger, the hit triggering on death respawn, that's a very minor bug fix. I'm happy to let that through because this needs to be submitted by Tuesday. The game's pretty much done. I just have to do the pause menu, main menu. So this respawn, I'm surprised how long it's taken actually. But it's because we've had the C# script overriding my visual script. So within the C#, there's somewhere in there that is setting the position of the player, affecting my visual script of wanting to spawn the player at a certain point. So the player follow camera is the one that we're going to now add into here. So what we're going to do is we're going to make hold on. So on here we're going to do a player follow camera ref game object. We're going to drag that into there, and by default it's set to that. So player follow camera, so we're gonna player follow camera, I'm gonna say default ref. Let's going to be a vector 3 because we want the X, Y, Z, so we want a position. So on game start, we're going to get this, get the position, set that based on that. And then on respawn, we would set, so let's do that quickly. So we're going to go down to here and we're going to get, and then we're going to get the position of that camera, and then we're going to set that to that, and then on respawn set the position of that to that. So if I just temporarily slip this in there, so at game start we're getting the position of the player follow camera game object, we're getting that, and then we're setting the player follow camera at default ref. Actually, I could rename that to pos. For position. And then we are going to get that and then do a set position. So we're going to set the position of the player follow camera reference to that. And what this should do is this should make sure that should basically make sure that the camera is going to be facing like the game start default position. So now what we're going to do is we're going to position it at a really funny angle. So as you can see, guys, we're essentially facing the church. The church is pretty much dead center view there. Okay, so we're now gonna go die, and then we're gonna turn our character 180 and face the camera down, and then we're expecting on respawn that church to be dead center. So I'm just gonna turn around, I'm gonna face the floor and take a bashing from the skellies. So I know what I'm expecting to happen. Interesting. 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 Maybe Alright, I think it's the main camera. It looks like it's the main camera. Pretty sure it's the main camera then we need to do. Yeah, okay, sorry, I got it wrong. It was the main camera. Right, let's click on here. I'm pretty sure I had that right. It was just the wrong camera. So if I rename that to main camera ref. Main camera pause. Drop the main camera into there. Change that to main camera ref. Main camera pause. Right. I think it's also the rotation. I don't think it's the position. I think it's the rotation. It's the rotation. That's what we need. Main camera rotation. Dude. Get the rotation of the main camera and then set main camera rotation. Get the main camera ref rotation, set that as the main camera rotation, main camera ref. Okay, and then if we go back over here, set rotation. So the rotation is going to be of that. And get rid of that. That goes into there. Okay, so what we're doing here, getting the main camera reference and setting the rotation of the main camera reference base to game start rotation. That should fix it, guys. Let's test it. Welcome to the stream. My boys are literally going to be up in an hour. They're going to come down to me streaming. Right, so if I face that direction and look down, I'm not touching my mouse. When I die, I won't be able to move. Right, I'm not touching anything. We should be facing church at the top of the screen. Well, that's really annoying, isn't it? Okay, this isn't a major bug fix. I'm going to add it to the bug fix list because this isn't super important. All that's happening... Right, let me make a list. Bug fixes. Stop. Hit trigger. Stop player hit trigger following through on death. That's one. And the next bug fix is set camera views to default on player death. Yeah, I'll just have that. So that's 2 bug fixes. What we'll do is we'll remove that because, I mean, I'm pretty sure I was close to fixing that, but I have a suspicion, again, this is down to the C# code. There's something that's going to be in there that is going to be conflicting. It's not a problem. It's just C#. So I'm going to get rid of the main camera ref and main camera rotation. We know that the respawn rotation, just one more quick check there, guys. Like if I leave my camera as it is, I'm not touching the mouse. If we just go and die, our camera should be facing this exact same position on respawn. So it's pretty much going to be facing forward. There we go. And all we had there was 1 hit follow through. I'd say that's a pretty much decent player respawn. It's literally just removing that last hit trigger, and if our camera was at a different angle, just to make sure that it's like at the default position. That's going to be an easy fix, but I think that's going to be a matter of going through the script, which I don't have time to do, but this is a bug fix I will implement in future updates for the game. What we're just going to do quickly is make sure that we're resetting the cooldowns on death for playability. Let me just check my sugars quickly, guys. Oh, that's interesting. Sugars are pretty good. Bear with me. Sorry, I forgot to order my meds. better get that done. Okay. Right, the last thing I want to do then with the player respawn is to make sure that we're resetting cooldowns on death. So we've got the healing one and then the player ability. So where are they going to be? Player ability. So we need to set both abilities ready. Okay, got ya. So set global cleave at 1, global heal at 1, and set both abilities ready. What is that variable? Heal ready, ability ready. Okay, this should be a very straightforward fix, guys. Okay. Right, so what we're going to do, we're going to expand this and we're going to add another 2 sequences. This one has to happen at the end. So we're on respawn, we're giving the player their health back. And then we're gonna say set ability ready. Set ability ready. Where is cleave? Set global cleave float 1. Now it's going to be not tricky to test. So this, where that goes into there, we're basically going to have to drag off of the cleave and make sure that that is going into the cleave over here, which is charge cleave. So we're basically updating the HUD there to show that the bar has been recharged. And then let's bring that down. And then we're going to copy that and just bring that down off of the second node. We're going to say heal ready. And set global heal to 1. And then again, we're going to drag this one onto the update in the UI for the heal, which is charge heal. Okay. Move that up. Bring that in. Okay. So what that should do It's going to be a bit tricky to test this for the cleave because that's a 10-second ability. So what I'll do, when we're basically dead, just before we're dead, I'm going to do a heal, and then we should die before the heal's recharged. So the 4-step sequence is on respawn, we're setting our health back to 1. We're recharging the ability, giving it, you know, they'll be able to use it, and then we're doing the same for the heal. So quick test for this is we're going to run up to the graveyard. We're going to, just before we die, we're going to do a heal so that the cooldown will be in the process of charging during death. On respawn it should be available. So I'm just going to round them up. Heal. Right, there we go. That's good. We're expecting that to go. Get ready for it. Oh, interesting. Oh, I know why that's doing that. That's because I know what, right, okay. I know why that's doing that. Oh no, I think my boys are up. Okay. Right, I'm pretty sure that is happening because there's a timer. So. Oh what?
It's 6 in the morning.
I know, I've been working.
Oh no.
Yeah. I fell asleep with you and then you okay? I'm streaming.
I thought you thought it was time.
No, I fell asleep with you and then I've been working, mate. I'm streaming at the minute. You're up early, do you not want to go back to bed?
No.
You're going to watch your dad work?
Yeah, for a bit.
Okay. I was just sorting out the player death respawn. Do you want me to show you it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, from the game where you completed.
Yeah, yeah. So I've got Max with me, guys. He's woken up a lot earlier than I thought he would. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to remove these recharge on death. This was going to, you know when you die, you know the 2 abilities?
Yeah.
The heal and the cleave. The melee ability and the heal. When you die, they should reset, shouldn't they? So that's what I was trying to do, but because there's a timer event, it's not doing it. So I'm just going to temporarily remove that, put that back to 2. Set that to 2. You okay?
Yeah.
You sleep alright?
Yeah.
I told you I'd fall asleep with you, didn't I? I woke up at 2 and I was like, I've fell asleep, I didn't get any work done, so that's why I've been working through the night, mate. Okay. Do you want to test this for me? Yeah?
No, yeah.
Okay. So what I need you to do is I need you to run into the graveyard and just die to the skeletons.
Okay.
Alright? And then you're going to respawn at game start.
Okay.
You got, whoops, got to come out of the code. Okay. It's game dev call.
Okay.
Alright, there you go. Right, so go to the graveyard. Remember the controls?
Yes.
You might want to sprint. Don't speak to Dumrick, just go straight past him.
But
I just need to go straight to the graveyard. Don't fight them, just let them kill you, because what I've put in.
dungeon's quite cool.
Dungeon?
Yeah.
What with the cultists?
Yeah.
Right, so just stand there and
Wait,
die.
I'm gonna try to get some more skeletons so they can kill me as a group.
Quicker.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was doing as well. So what's going to happen is you're going to respawn and your life's going to be reset.
Let's see.
And you get one hit animation when you respawn. That's just a little bug fix for me to do. And there you go. Cool, huh?
Cool.
Got a respawn. Do you want to do it again one more time?
Yeah.
So Max is just play testing for me.
I
Oh.
hate you.
Why do you hate him?
Because he's a boss, but you can't talk to him first.
You can?
No.
You can.
Huh?
You can talk to him. I'll put that in.
I thought you said no.
Yeah. I had to put in the code, the dialogue for him. You don't find out he's bad until the end of the quest line.
But you first said you're not allowed to talk to him, and you're allowed to.
Yeah, no, you can. There's 3 different bits of speech. When you
Wait,
talk.
I'm gonna try and use my health regeneration. Then we'll see if it actually works in the end.
No, I just said I tried putting that in and it didn't do it because at the moment when you've used the ability, there's like a timer.
I'm getting a V seconds faster. Oh my god, that's way fast.
Okay, so the respawn works nicely now, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So if you die, you come back. Excellent, you're really hot, you are, dude. Woo!
Yeah.
Jesus, those pajamas are like.
I thought I don't know what I was on the cover.
You was under the cover.
I don't know why.
Do you want me to get you a drink?
And in terms of
Alright, give me 1 sec, guys. Are you okay if I do some work on this?
Yeah, but can I watch TV?
You can watch TV, but it has to be like the quietest it can be, because if the microphone picks up the TV, I'm gonna get in trouble, because like it has like music and stuff, and if my stream picks that up, I'm gonna get my Twitch channel will get shut down. Because it's like copyright. You know what copyright is. So you can have it on like 2. Okay. I mean, I know it's quiet. I know you can't hear it, but right. Give me 1 sec, guys. Okay guys, sorry. Right, back to dev. Player respawn is in, so add player def respawn. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to add in a pause menu. So the respawn is pretty much done. I just need to reset the cooldowns. Awen, welcome to the stream. Usually that gets the copyrighted parts of the VOD muted unless you're doing it maliciously. No, well, little Maxie's watching. Is this Kids Tube? Is it Kids Tube? Really? Oh, okay. How are you doing, Awen? Welcome to the stream, dude. What time is it where you are? You're normally on around midnight for a few hours. Normally longer. My little Maxie's woken up an hour earlier than I thought he would. So, Awen's on stream, Max. Max says hi. Do you remember when you woke up once and you saw him in chat?
Oh yeah.
He's up there.
Hi, Awen.
Oh, it's 1 a.m. So you must be like South America time zone. What I've done, Awen, is Awen says hi, dude. What I've implemented, I'll just quickly show you, Awen. I don't know how much longer I'm going to stream for, because when my twins wake up, like, it's just, there's going to be so much noise. Thank you for having that load, Max. Subtitles? Does it have subtitles on it? Or? Okay, so Awen, I've got the player death respawn in. There's only 3 fixes to do with the respawn, but as a temporary thing for deadline and submission, it works. So when we die, we respawn at player start. That's one fix with that hit, and then making sure that the camera view also resets to default and cooldowns reset. So it's basically done. There's just three small fixes to go with it. But I've just been testing that, so now what I need to do is put in the player pause menu. So if I just show you my Caverns of Torment game, I've got the code on this one. So if I press play, when we press escape, we get a very simple menu. We get a resume, we get a main menu, we get quit. Quit will basically close the game. Main menu would take us back to the main menu. So I want to have a similar thing for this one. I'm not going to bother having render quality or resolution. I'm just going to put in the music options. So I'm going to have, I mean, I might be able to implement those as well, because I do quite like this one. I already played around with that. In the events where it's not an is hit ball, it's an is hit trigger. That's the problem. It's like a trigger that follows through on death. So on respawn, it's kind of already in the pipeline, waiting to follow through, kind of thing. But yeah. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna put in a pause menu with a resume, a main menu, and a quit. We won't be able to tie it into the main menu until we've got the main menu done, so we can at least do the pause menu. I'm just gonna make a coffee, guys, and have a quick puff, and then we will quickly put in the pause menu. Yes, a vape. And then what I'll probably have to do is this evening do the main menu. Not ideal, but it's fine. It will only take 3 hours tops. Alright. Can I get you some nuts?
No.
Sure? You sleep alright? Yeah. Alright. Just gonna make a quick coffee, guys. Welcome to the stream. Oh no, don't tell me they're up as well. Oh, my other kids are woken up, guys. Give me a minute. Welcome to the stream, Urbo. Oscar, and you go.
Hello, it's me, Max.
Who's waking up? Hello. You alright?
Wait, who's out there?
Daddy's working. I'm streaming at the minute. Do you want to say hi to the guys? No, no one's outside, babe. Babe, no one's outside. I've just had a quick puff.
Daddy,
I'm
what's going
Do you want to say hi to Awen and Urbo? I'm Daddy's streaming. You know streaming?
Yeah.
Do you want to say hi? You just got to say hi on that.
Hi.
This be the Max stream now. Max, did you just talk to them while I was having a puff? What did you say? Urbo and Awen, I've got Max and Oscar awake now, so let me just quickly make a coffee and then we'll put in the pause menu.
I thought you made a coffee.
Urbo's talking to you. Go and read it.
Why did it say it?
Just talk to the microphone, Max. Did you read it?
Yes.
Are you going to say anything?
I don't know.
You going to say anything? You don't type in it.
Then you do toilet.
You use the toilet. The toilet's down here. Make sure you get the water. Make sure you get the water spray going and wash your hands after. Well, you can talk. Yeah, say hi or not. He's asking what's up.
I don't know.
What did he say?
Because
Yeah. Awen's saying it's your stream now, apparently.
Yep.
My son is taking the reins, mate. Right, should Daddy get in a pause menu? Sorry. It's supposed to be a secret. What's the secret? What's supposed to be a secret, babe? Oh! Oh, Max is saying I shouldn't be showing you Caverns of Torment because this chest is a secret area. This game's already up.
oh.
I was just on this game because I've got the code on here for the pause menu. That's why I'm in this project. This is Daddy's Sword and Scourge one. Daddy's putting in the pause menu. What do you think? Right, okay, let's do the pause menu, guys. And then what I'll have to do is probably end the stream after Max, you don't need to whisper. You can talk to the microphone, mate. The microphone will hear you, mate. Just talk to it. Okay, this is what happens when kids are on stream.
Wait, let me say something.
What do you want to say?
So in Daddy's game, you have to get, if you get all of the zombies, and if you talk to old lady at the Quillian, then you go into the middle guy in town, and then there's a guy who lost by the church.
Well done, Oscar. Spoiling the secrets. I didn't expect my kids to be up this early. It's 6:30 in the UK, and Max was up at 6, and Oscar's woke up at 6:30.
Yeah, but Q is the special attack, and R is heal up.
Well done, Oscar. You remember the controls, mate?
Yeah, and W is to walk, and W and
Left shift.
left shift is to run, and J is to see who you speak to.
J for journal.
Yeah.
You got a very good memory, mate. Better than your dad. Right, let's do right.
this button.
Spacebar.
Spacebar is to attack.
Normal.
Well
And
done.
Q
Normal.
is special.
What's your favourite bit of the game, Oscar?
My favourite bit of the game is I don't know.
What's your favourite bit?
All of it.
All of it. Okay.
Yeah, you want to score in
All right. Don't
And
hang-
if that guy's there, not there, then you have to go to the dungeons.
Yes.
And the guy had turned evil.
Yeah, the evil priest. Yes, mate. Oh, so Urbo's the same time zone as Awen by the sounds of it, which is like America basically.
Ooh, what's your favourite part?
My favourite part. Oh, what's your favourite part? Oh, sorry. What did you say your favourite bit was, Oscar?
Everything.
Oh, everything. What about yours, Max? What's your favourite bit of the game?
In what game? You
Well,
got loads.
this game. Sword and Skirts. Don't climb on me when I'm working. You can't sit on me.
I don't know, Annie.
Okay,
It's
Oscar.
not hard to
Daddy
choose
needs his
with.
hands to work.
It's just annoying.
I just see
Why don't you have bow and arrow?
Why don't I have a bow and arrow? Do you know how complicated that's going to be to program?
Is it complicated?
Well, yeah, look at the sword. You see that little green box on the sword? That's the hitbox.
Okay.
So when that touches something else in the game, if it's a skeleton, that will deal damage. If I have a bow and arrow, do you know what you have to do for that? You have to create, you have to make the arrows appear, and then you have to make them go in a direction that you're looking at. Like, that's going to be a lot of work, but I do want to put that in, so you'll have the option to have a bow and arrow.
At the start, before you even start the game.
Well, yeah, like I could have the option to have a sword or a bow and arrow.
Bow and arrow.
Or Dad, the bow and arrow could be K.
K?
Yeah.
What, to swap weapons?
Yeah.
Okay.
And her should be where you get the arrows here.
From the quiver.
Yeah, and then this should be this button should be the take out. Then you put it in your arrow structure. Then
Yeah.
you look somewhere.
Yeah.
Then it shoots.
Okay. Well, do you want me to put in bow and arrows into the game?
Yeah, because it will be pretty
Yes.
Okay, Daddy will do that. But that's going to take me time. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll do that in the new year because Daddy's going to be adding in skill trees and stats and loads of cool stuff. All right, it just takes time, boys. It's a lot of work. Okay, sorry guys. No hands. You must now code through the force. Are you joking, dude? Jesus. Right, let's get this pause menu in. Right, so pause menu is the easiest and the quickest to do. So the pause menu is going to be a game object, and what have we got here? We've got dim game panel, the panel for the pause menu, and then we have the 3 buttons on top. Okay, and then level complete, death menu. Well, I'm not having a death menu or a level complete. We're just having a automatic respawn and player death. So pause menu with 3 buttons. So this will go. Where would I put this actually? So we've got the canvas, the main. No, you can't turn it up, mate, 'cause I'm streaming. No, I can't stop streaming. I've got to submit this game Tuesday, Max. I've had like 5 hours sleep. That's enough. Look, when I submit this game, I've got a month to over Christmas to get my sleep back.
No, you're not going to get your sleep.
If you want to stop a trigger, reset trigger node. Really?
If you want.
Reset trigger node. Really? I can't spell. Resets the value, so you can... So I can turn off that trigger. What does that do? Does that mean it will redo it again, or it will just clear it from the pipeline? Let's quickly try that. It should clear it. Okay. Well, let's do that, because the on hit is hit. Okay, let's give that a go. So on respawn. So if I connect that up to here, Awen might have just helped us with a little bug fix, guys. Whew. Basically, just set back to not triggered. That would be perfect. Let me just show you. So, oh, actually, no, I don't need to show you. No. If I just disconnect that, I'll show you what happens on death. So, if we go and die, I fixed the problem with the player dying and then having the death animation play on death. I fixed that. So if that, I've not used that. Do you remember I said that this project is the first time that I've actually used triggers in animations? So what's going to happen on respawn, we're going to get a hit trigger. See? So now you're saying that this is the solution to that problem. So if I plug that in there, we'll see if that is the fix. I've not used that node before. So guys, it is Sunday today in the UK time. If you want to see me fully wrap up this game with the main menu, and that is literally pause menu and main menu are the last bits to do. So if you guys want to see the game being fully wrapped up, make sure you tune back in later today and you can be with me and see the game get literally finished.
No, because you're going to be on my bike.
Max, your mother's picking you up tonight.
You're going to be on my bike.
I'm going to be on your bike, yes, but I'm talking about tonight, darling.
You just said afternoon. Dad, where did they get to?
Why did I just get moved backwards? That was weird. My character got moved backwards when I did I tell you I put in a respawn, Oscar? So you know when you die, you were like, oh, it's glitched, Dad. And I was like, no, I just haven't put in a respawn.
Hey, you're respawn.
Look.
Dad, do it again. Dad, say
Right, I'll
my
show you.
heart in German.
Mein Herz. Watch. So when you die, you respawn at the game start now. Cool, huh? Oh no, it's Hugo up. Okay, so what we're expecting to happen is we're not going to have that is hit.
Say my hair's in German.
Mein Herz. Awen helped us. Thank you, Awen, for telling us that node.
Thank you.
Maximus, what do you say, Mr.? You just burped in my ear. What do you say? That wasn't Oscar. I didn't fart. Who just farted? Is that you, mate? Why have you just gassed me out in my working environment? Dude.
I guess my dad in my work environment.
Yeah, okay, go sit down. Why did you do that, you smelly monkey? Jesus Christ. Put a cork up your butt.
Yeah, we should put a fork up his butt. Really? No, actually, I mean it.
Why did I plug that in there?
What are you doing? I get a time.
Guys, I don't want any arguments, especially when I'm streaming, thanks. How about when Daddy finishes streaming, we put on a Christmas film, and I can build your bike. Yeah. How is everyone doing anyway? You guys all good? I was talking to the streamers. I know you guys are good. Yeah. Yeah, you can open your calendar. It's the 14th today, mate. Where it should be. You only eat the one chocolate. Don't eat any extras. Okay. So what we're hoping is that hit. We're not going to have that hit thing happen. There we go. Awen, thank you very much for helping with that, dude. Really handy to know that node exists. That's really good. I can tick that one off of the list then as a bug fix. So stop player hit trigger following through on death. Thank you. That's only 2 bug fixes to do. Get the bug spray, Max.
What?
Get the bug spray.
Okay.
No, I'm joking. I'm joking. We don't have bug spray. You said it the other day, mate.
Oh, that's good.
Right, so at the moment I have this canvas for this is the narrative canvas, and then we've got the canvas for the HUD. So if I look at my other project and see how I did that, I've got a canvas there. So I think what I'm just going to do is I'm just going to call it pause menu. I'll call it canvas pause menu. So, oh, actually, sorry. Right, we'll call this canvas pause menu. And then we'll make it pixel perfect. Yes, mate. Just one. I'm just checking that these settings are consistent. Okay, so what we need to do now is put in the canvas. So it's 1920 1080. So if I just go like that, and if I go to ortho, what's its chops? Set it to Z or Z. I think you Americans call it Z, don't you? And the Brits call it Z. So what we're going to need to do is within that child. You okay, mate? So the canvas for the pause menu. So let's put in the pause menu. If we go to our UI, I've got a Steam, I think it's Gentleland. Yes, mate, can I help you? Right, we're going to go for a frame. So this needs to be for the pause, and it needs to feel consistent with the game style. Oh, I like that. That would be good. Have I got a hammer?
Ooh, that looks cool.
Oh, that's cool.
Looks good.
Oscar, don't touch the computer, mate. Thank you. Right, is that a bit too glamorous for a pause menu? I feel it is. That might be better for the main menu. I'm feeling this. I'm feeling frame 8 for the pause menu. So under the canvas pause menu, was it frame 8? We're going to put frame 8 in. What will... Oscar, I'm not telling you guys off while I'm streaming. Daddy's working. You need to be good. Okay? I'm not going to be long. So we're going to put in frame 11 for the main menu and potentially frame 8 we'll use for the pause menu. So I'm going to drop this into here and basically I think that's to do with the C sharp AWEN. I had an issue when the player died. In the visual script I said, okay, put them at this position on death. And what was happening was I was getting respawned straight back into the graveyard. The moment I went into the script component that handled the player controller, which is in C sharp, when I disabled that, I was then spawned at game start. So there's something going on in the C sharp components that is affecting the core like values for like movement and camera and stuff. So that is, it's on the bug fix list. It's on the bug fix list because that was a bit of a tongue twister. Yes, it was. Right, we're just going to scale down. I just want to scale this down on the Y. Point 0.5 looks decent. And obviously all of these art assets that we're using in the game, these are from the Unity store. Every model in the game itself, the whole world, characters, everything in there I designed myself, I built myself. The only thing I haven't made myself is sound effects, music and the UI elements. So these can always be, I can always create these myself and update at a later date if I wanted to.
Can you make like a waterfall? Someone else to help them get some fish. And you have to fish a few fish out like little.
You want me to put fishing in the game? Jesus Christ.
That's one of the quests.
Dude, that's going to be a lot of work. I could probably put fishing in. I mean, I did it in my other game. I quite like that button. What do you mean, what game am I playing? Sword and Scourge. That feels too futuristic. Let's go for, if I go for button 9, I feel that would be a good one. So under here, if we do button 9 and then scale that down to 0.35. Does that feel good? I mean, the colouring of that is consistent with the rest of the game. Out of all the button choices we have here. Hard prerequisite for an RPG. What's a hard prerequisite? Sorry, dude. Sorry, I've got the kids making a bit of noise in the background, so...
No, that makes them letting me have a turn.
Oscar, Daddy's working. So that's centre. Oh, fishing. Yes. I mean, I know I could probably do it. I put in the fishing. I made the fishing clicker game earlier this year. No, Max, I'm working. I made the fishing clicker earlier this year, which had a mechanic using RNG and stuff. Max, you can't turn the volume up until I've finished. I will not be much longer. Jesus Christ. Max, I'm not playing, I'm working, mate. Yes, I have. I've got a deadline, mate. Stop being bossy, mate. Okay, and your dad's got deadlines. So, this work needs doing, son. Max, I can't take the computer anywhere else. Oscar, shush. Alright, I mean that will do as a temporary pause menu. Guys, if you have that language. Okay. I mean, I think that will do as a temporary pause menu. I know it's right on top of the player character, but it would be center screen. Let's just see how that looks full screen. Okay, we need to put some text on these. Max. Right, what I'm going to do, I'm going to delete those buttons and we're going to add on I feel like that actually needs to go across just a little bit. We'll make that 0.4. And then if we give this a text component, oh, well, that's annoying. Oh, I guess I'll just have to make it as a child. Do you know how to have it fully pause the game? Yes, I've done that in another project. setting the time scale. Oh, what we calling this? Resume. Arvo will do. That's a nice font, that will do. Yeah, that feels fitting for the game style. Just making sure that the colour of the font is consistent with the rest. That looks nice. Yeah.
Where did we go?
You're home. Max, after that video, let Oscar pick the next one, please. We'll call this main menu.
Stop moving your feet, Max. Stop watching me.
Max. Boys. Sorry guys, I'm having the kids interrupt me, so if I'm going on and off, that's why.
The microphone so we can't hear you. Because you're telling us off and you said you'd smack my ass. Said you'd smack my ass.
I did, mate.
You said you'd smack my ass. You said you would smack my
Yeah, well, if you keep back chatting, I will.
You said you'd smack my ass.
Max, shush.
You said you'd smack my ass. Smack your ass.
You can try, mate. I'm working. Go away.
I'll get the piece or something.
Go away.
You'll be slowing down.
Go away, boy.
I'll smack you.
Right, resume main menu, quit. Resume main menu, quit.
Max said you'd smack my ass. You're 1 year old.
Right, what's the difference? It's
Why did you turn
80,
into the mic
86
when you
difference, so
turn
that's going to be 87.
Can't we play games?
No, you can't play games, I'm working.
Why not? Why not? No, Oscar.
You want
I'll
breakfast,
put
Oscar?
your belly.
Give me a second, I'll make it, mate.
Max, did you have a toilet?
Okay, the positioning of that within the frame. The framing looks pretty decent on this.
What do you mean, did I have a toilet? Ah, what does that mean? What is, has Max toilet? It means you want to use toilet. You never told me that before. Yeah. Gaming versus not gaming.
Sorry about the background noise, guys.
Not the gaming boy. Why do you not want to game? Because I'm not gaming boy. I am a gaming boy. No, I'm a gaming boy. I'm the gaming boy versus the not gaming boy. Doing. I'm super tired. I pulled you off. Get your paws away from me!
I just need to check the font that's been used on the canvas HUD. Sorry guys, kids are playing up. Liberation Sans SDF. You okay, Oscar? Right, I think I'm just going to quickly change the other ones to Arvo as well. Guys, just need to make the kids breakfast. Just give me 5 minutes.
Mike is cranky. Okay, don't tell him that I said that.
Sorry guys. Just give me a couple of minutes. I'm sorry, you know the streams aren't normally like this, but I've got the kids this weekend. Just bear with me. Right. Hopefully the kids will calm down and stop being kids. Oh, Jesus Christ. The problem is I fell asleep last night when I did bedtime. And I literally just turned it off. Why is that? I literally did bedtime last night and fell asleep with them, so I lost the evening to work. Okay.
Your burger.
That actually feels a lot easier to read that text.
Your burgers.
Okay, what I'm going to do... So the quest info... So the journal, quest info and title are Arvo. We're going Arvo on there as well. And
Dad. Finished.
okay, mate.
Those marshmallows were super good, Dad.
Did you like them?
Yes. I eated all of them.
Well done, mate.
And some of breakfast.
I'm sorry I'm working, mate, but I won't be much longer, okay?
Can I pick a video?
After Max's one, yes.
Why?
Please don't lean on my chair.
Oscar, 11 more minutes.
Right, I've just updated the text on the other things. Just need to quickly test this, guys.
2, 1.
Oh, that reads so much nicer.
2, 1. 1, 2, 1. 1. Ah! Look at Max.
I'm not sure if this font is actually... I feel like the nameplate should be in bold. Hello, mate. Why are you naked?
Because in bed you said I was too itchy.
Okay, sorry, I forgot. Did you sleep alright? Daddy's streaming at the minute. So are you, Max.
You are. No, you go top.
Do you want me to do breakfast?
I'm not naked.
Sure.
Yeah, you are. You're showing it over your ass.
Oscar, can I see?
Your butt cheek. Okay, I'll show you. Show you. Hey. No.
Daddy's just doing a bit of work. Guys, I'm sorry about the background noise. Honestly, right, I feel like, what is frame 8? I feel like that font works nicely for... I feel like that font works nice for the menu and the quest journal, but the font for the dialogue, it's kind of... Where is my dialogue? The NPC name, that's what I was going to do. If I set that to bold, if I just hide the pause menu. Sorry, I don't ever have my kids with me when I'm streaming. They're either in bed or not here, so... Why is his name spaced apart so much there? Character.
I don't know. You're trying hard. Max, don't get wet with these trousers.
Just ignore him, boys.
Get your trousers on that. I bloody can't.
Oscar, just ignore him. Just ignore him.
You should come on. Okay,
He'll be going to bed if he keeps mucking me around. So don't worry, mate.
Are we going to bed with a snack
No, he'll just go to his room and spend all day there. If he carries on. Alright, I'm going to try -8 on the character spacing. Okay, that looks better for the character name. Hugo, do you want me to do your lunch, breakfast, mate? Oh, okay, yeah, you can have your can. Have you got it? I'll get it, babe. You're not having it up until I finish. And your problem, you're making me take long doing it, Max. You're bad behaviour. So well done on you, mate. Here you go, that's yours, babe. I'll spice this on there. Good boy. You've had yours, Max. Okay. Let me just see how the dialogue looks with the mayor, for example, quickly. Yeah, that dialogue does actually look quite good.
He snatches everything. Your snatch.
Right, so we've got... Guys, I'm just going to go quiet just while I do some work. I do apologise.
No, it's not.
Okay,
You go. I'll wait for you at speed run, and then you can wait for me, yeah?
Arvo.
Dad,
Yes, here you go.
Mum's getting you something for Christmas. I know you didn't want
Why is she getting me something?
because it's something that you wanted for the TV. Yeah, Dad. Remember?
Sorry guys, I'm just checking that the font is consistent across the so the journal's got Arvo, the panel boxes have Arvo. Right, I'm pretty sure that naming's consistent across there, guys.
I just smacked my butt. No. Yeah.
Alright, so we've got the pause menu is there. Why is the music stopped? Okay. Just need to bring those down a little bit. Only a smidgen.
I hate these people.
Hugo, just ignore him. Just ignore him, mate. Okay, spacing looks good on that. Okay, so if I was canvas pause menu, frame 8 is for the frame. Pause menu UI, scene variable. Okay, let's put in the keyboard event. So we're going to have escape as on start event. Game object set active. Game object set active. Right, so pause menu, scene variable. escape. Where is escape? Oh. No, it's the key. It's the key button, Hugo. For when you press escape, you bring up the menu. I'm sorry there's been some interruptions and pausing of the stream tonight, guys, but what I will do tonight, I'll just do a really big stream tonight to finish off the main menu and the pause menu. Sorry about the interruptions. Set game object set active. Game object set active.
Dad, this is a long video and Oscar's not letting me have the time. Dad,
In 5 more minutes, you can pick yours.
Max has a long time.
Right, so by default, we're going to turn off the pause menu. When the player presses escape, we're going to show it. Set timescale to 0. So when the player presses escape, we set the timescale. I do wonder if we'll still be able to do the attack. Okay, so we've still got that camera movement. So we're gonna have to save. I wonder if we'll be able to when we've paused the game, if we're to disable player input, if we're still allowed to use mouse click. Okay. But basically, we've got the 3 options there. Resume will unpause it. Quit will quit the game. And main menu will take us to the main menu. That is basically it for the options. Yeah. I just have a feeling that if I was to disable player input, like if I just if we do that, is the camera still going to move? Still moves. It still moves. So there's obviously a component or something on There's obviously a component on one of these where it's following the mouse movement. It's going to be something like that. I'm going to have to call the stream here, guys. Look sensitivity. I have no idea. It's in C sharp, Awen. The asset pack I got for the character controller, it's all in C sharp, so it would involve trawling through lines of code that I'm not familiar with. So it's not something that I'm kind of. I'll have to look into it. I think it's going to be a matter of finding a script and disabling it. Look sensitivity. What, on the camera? Character controller. Yeah. Same, darling. Alright, I'm nearly done. Mouse cursor settings. Do you reckon it's this? Cursor input for look. Do you reckon it's that? I wonder if that's the... Let's just quickly test that. Yeah, it has actually. Oscar, could you let Hugo pick one, please? Let me just quickly test this. So it's the cursor input on look under the starter assets input. So if we look around there, if we turn cursor input for look off, oh, we've paused the game. Oh yeah, look, that is doing it. Look, so the game's paused. Okay, did you notice that? So at the moment the game is paused, we can move around. But then if I turn off mouse cursor settings, cursor input for look, it's frozen. So that is under the starter assets inputs. That's good to know. So basically when we're in the pause menu, we can go into the starter assets in inputs and toggle that off. Okay, what I'm going to have to do, guys, I'm going to have to call the stream now because the kids are all awake and I can't get any work done and there's constant interruptions, so I'm sorry for the background noise and screaming and stuff. But what we'll do, we've got the main, we've kind of got a menu of sorts in there, and this will do for the assignment, as in, you know, functionality. We'll have a resume play, we'll have a as I was saying, guys, sorry about that. We have a resume, a main menu, and a quit. The resume's going to come off of the pause menu. Quit will close the game. Main menu will go to the main menu. I'm going to have to finish this tonight. I'm going to have to build it tonight and just spend probably about 5 to 6 hours doing this. So, yeah, apologies for the...
Dad.
You've not done anything wrong, sweetheart.
I haven't, he has.
So, yeah, what I'll do, guys, I'll be back tonight, UK time, probably about 7 o'clock. So, thanks for tuning in. And if you want to see the last of the game get built, tune in then. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in... What, babe?
Can I taste something?
In a minute. Let me say bye. So, I'll see you in the next stream, guys. Ciao, ciao for now.